Yo, 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 what is going on? What is going on, guys? Hope everyone's having a fantastic day today. Yeah, I figured we'd do a stream today. Why not? I mean, it's Valentine's Day, which hope everyone's enjoying the holiday today with your loved ones, with your spouse, with anyone that you cherish. Um, So yeah, I mean, obviously a lot of rumors this week regarding some things, and I mean, we're getting close as the weeks go by. March comes free agency. The Eagles have a lot to do regarding just regarding their the roster in general and how much they're going to change and how much in the offseason, how much is this roster going to change? We know that the coaching staff is completely different offensively. We still have Vic Fangio here for another year. Um, and there's I feel like a lot more is going to happen. We can only hope that it's a positive and hopefully not a negative. But I wanted to say hi to everybody in the chat. What's going on, guys? Hope everyone's doing well. We got Daniel Sam. What's going on, buddy? We got Logan Motorsports. What's going on? We got Robert Jones. We got Knowledge Gaming. What's going on? Suo. What's going on? Jimbo Del Boy. What's going on, guys? So obviously a couple things to talk about, and we can talk about really anything regarding if anybody has a question about just the coaching staff, the roster. I mean, anything that's going to happen in the offseason, hot takes. I mean, you give it to me, pause. So we'll see what happens. All right. Let's see. Knowledge Games says trading AJ Brown is just stupid in the sense of even just cap penalty. And I swear, if we give shit up for a soon to be 29-year-old edge defensive end, I'm gonna lose it. I don't know where this is gonna go. I mean, realistically, like I don't think they're gonna trade. If they were going to trade AJ, I don't think it's gonna happen pre-June because it's too much dead cap. I mean, that's the sixth highest dead cap hit in NFL history. Okay, I don't think the Eagles are going to go down that route of $43 million in the hole. I mean, post June, you could split up the $43 million, whether it's $16 million per year, whatever it is between this year and next year, which isn't bad. But 16 plus million in dead cap per year the next 2 years is still a big chunk as well. So if it was up to me, I would just keep him in the building. But you just wonder with Sean Mannion how much control he has over the offense. Since, I mean, Nick has really done nothing besides retain 3 coaches at this point. You know what I mean? So we'll see. DLC said, we've managed on defense without a premier pass rusher. I don't see us going for a $35 million a year edge. Well, here's the thing. Like, I don't think it's going to cost the Eagles as much as you think it's going to cost. I mean, look, the Raiders have a new head coach now. Crosby is on the books for the Raiders. Okay, he just got a big contract, a year ago? I forgot. Last offseason, something like that. I think he's the second highest paid edge rusher, if I'm not mistaken. I just take this into account where Mike Garofalo is on the podcast and pretty much was like, the Eagles try to trade for Micah Parsons. Like they actually tried to. And if they were willing to get Micah Parsons here, and I don't think the Eagles are willing to go after anybody. I think there's a specific somebody that they want to go after. And when they see talent, Howie will make those sacrifices to try to fit him into the roster. Okay. Maxx Crosby getting released is only going to be like $5.1 million in dead cap for the Raiders, which is nothing. Okay. But they're going to save like $30 million in cap space. I mean, that's a big move. A new head coach coming in, a guy that's 28 right now that just needs a new background, needs to go somewhere else and try to win. Is the Philadelphia Eagles the right place for him? I don't know. But for Mike Garofalo saying that the Eagles will be one of the top teams that will be going after Maxx Crosby, that they will be pushing. There's nothing wrong with that. They could push, but are they going to end up on top? Is Maxx Crosby going to take less money to come to Philadelphia? And at the end of the day, all they're going to do is extend him. They're going to restructure him. They're going to take all those big dead cap hits. Sorry, they're going to take those big cap hits from Maxx Crosby. They're going to convert that into fucking bonus money. They're going to end up extending and restructuring his contract, most likely. So it's not impossible. And I thought it would be impossible, but it's actually, since the last couple of days, it's actually not impossible to get Maxx Crosby on this roster. But what are the Eagles going to have to give up? And number two, I think the Eagles will have to alleviate how much draft compensation they give up for Maxx Crosby. They're going to have to give up a player or two off this roster that they're not going to pay. Somebody on a rookie deal, somebody that's not going to cost the Raiders a lot of money under a new coaching staff, a new head coach. Nolan Smith would probably be the number one guy on my list as of right now. You could have Maxx Crosby for probably, I don't know, another maybe 3 years. I mean, something. I mean, you could probably have him for a full 4 years. I think he's just playing on the top of his game right now. I mean, he's not an old player. 28 is in his prime, ready to go and be on a contender. And that's where we're kind of at with the situation right now. So we'll see. But you know what? I respect your opinion, bro. Trust me. You know, we're not going to have an edge rusher, unfortunately. Like, I mean, I think they could get, Jalen Phillips for a lot cheaper. I think he would like to come back to Philly for less money. I think Jalen Phillips would come back. I think he would rather be in a better situation, loves the teammates, and obviously loves working with Vic Fangio. Please don't get the hiccups. I appreciate. Please don't. What's up, Jimbo? Let me extend this chat so I can see. Robert Jones said, I don't want Crosby. One costs too much to trade, then the salary keeps building, though drafted free agency. Yeah, I get it. I mean, I completely get it. I mean, but now, depending on, we know that Lane Johnson's staying here. I mean, we don't even know if guard's going to be a big need in this draft. It's already enough like we have to replace Lane Johnson after this year, most likely. Lane Johnson is coming back. So, it just sucks that the offensive line is where it is right now. I mean, guys need to get healthy. And like I said, like the Dickerson situation is looming right now over us. And I don't like that at all. I mean, that's the truth. You get rid of Chauncey Gardner-Johnson last year. You made safety an immediate need, which you didn't have to make it a need. Okay. And potentially Reed Blankenship can leave in free agency. I can't see him getting paid a lot of money. And if he gets overpaid, he's definitely not worth it. For a two interception guy per year, it's really not worth it. So let's just keep him. I'm stupid to trade him. We're not a better team without AJ unless the team offers a Godfather deal. He's going to be in Philly. Yeah, potentially can be. I don't disagree with it at all. Like, I wouldn't move him at all. I just get a little nervous because of, with Sean Mannion and what he's doing with this coaching staff. And can he say, we could take AJ's money and we could put it elsewhere? You know what I mean? To other positions and increase the offense a little bit more. And I understand we don't want to move him. I totally get that. Let's see here. We got Cal Eagles with Super Chat. First Super Chat of the day. Thank you so much. The Super Chat says, trade AJ for elite guard straight across. Yeah, I don't even know if they're going to do that. Honestly, dude, I would literally go in the draft and go get an offensive lineman. I mean, sure. I mean, could they get somebody that maybe has a couple years left on their contract or is on a big deal and can extend them? Sure. I don't know if the Eagles are going to go that route. I mean, we have a new offensive line coach now from the Vikings the last few years, has a really good background, but I mean, until I see how these guys progress, I mean, the last thing we need to worry about is the offensive line for the next 3 to 5 years. That's really the whole thing with me that I don't want to deal with that. It just sucks that we lost Stout because Howie Roseman had so much trust in Stout to take care of the offensive line, especially when it came to the draft stuff, okay, which was an awesome thing because a lot of these GMs don't give power to position coaches. And maybe there's some out there that do, but for the Eagles, like Stout always took care of this offense when it came to the offensive line. So we'll see. We'll find out. Was he down saying with the cap hit, wouldn't be a fan of that move? Who, the Crosby move? Yeah, like I said, they would have to restructure. They would have to extend and restructure. Or when you're talking about the AJ move, yeah. I mean, I don't want to take on any dead cap at all. I mean, just keep him on the roster. I think, if Howie is given a farm of picks, you know what I mean? if the Eagles can't do anything with a trade for AJ Brown pre-June 1st because of the 43 million and dead cap, you need to get something. You need to get something back that's valuable. You know what I mean? The Eagles are gonna. So it's like, hey, you want AJ Brown, but we're gonna be taking on some dead cap, the next couple of years. So we need something in return. We need like an immediate impact player that could fill in a spot for the next couple of years. Maybe that's on a rookie deal or something like that. I think a player needs to be involved coming back to the Philadelphia Eagles in some type of trade if they can get it done. So we'll see how it goes. Eagles fan says Eagles need to keep AJ Brown. Anyone that wants him gone is a fake Eagles fan. Well, I mean that's not true at all, bro. I mean everyone has a fake Eagles fan. I mean, no. I mean, I respect anybody that wants him gone. I respect anybody that wants him to stay. I mean, I get both sides to it, and you know what I mean. Like a lot has happened this past year. I mean, I don't think there's an issue between AJ and Nick. I mean, I don't know. We don't know if this is going to happen again because what if AJ doesn't have, what if he has 0 targets in a game and this happens all over again? You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with a wide receiver being disgruntled about things, but when it starts to, because of the offense and because of what happened with Nick and Patullo and how they ran this whole fucking charade this last year, we're lucky that AJ doesn't want to be traded. We're lucky that he's not requesting a trade right now. What he said on Micah Parsons' podcast was great. I mean, that's awesome. He wants to embrace change. That is great. But at the end of the day, he's got no control of the situation. So do I believe that Howie Roseman is listening to offers? Yeah, I think anybody would. I think you're going to just listen to a phone call. Doesn't mean you're going to pull the trigger on anything, but I think you're always going to listen, Let's see. Jose Jackson says no to Crosby, yes to Phillips, Goddard and Dean getting re-signed. Yeah, I mean, I agree with Goddard and Dean being re-signed. I mean, there's no one on the tight. There's nobody tight ends wise. I mean, I would do the same thing like you're doing with the offensive line. If you want to draft Lane's replacement, put him at guard for the year next to him, kind of show him the ropes. I would do the same thing at tight end. I would re-sign Dallas Goedert back if it's, it's going to be a big chunk 1-year deal, most likely. Get Dallas Goedert back. A lot of tight ends in this draft I heard that are pretty damn good, especially on day 2. They don't have to go that far up, but they might have a chance to bring in somebody that could work with Goddard for the year and then will be the primary number 1 for the future. So, we'll see how that goes. We'll see how it goes. Alfredo, what's going on, buddy? Appreciate the super chat. Says we're not trading AJ Brown unless we get a 1 premium pick, 15th overall, and an impact player, and you have to take on the rest of AJ's contract. Yeah, I mean, what obviously we don't listen to, Diana Rossini. What I'm hearing is a 2nd round pick. I mean, I feel like she's just trying to piss off Eagle fans every chance she fucking gets. I mean, look, if the Eagles are offered a 2nd round pick, I'm not making the trade. Okay. A 2nd round pick and a 2nd round pick for next year and a 1st round pick for the year after for 28, maybe, but I want maybe a player involved as well. So I don't know. I mean, you're not making this trade pre-June. If there's a loophole to try to trade him before June 1st, I'll be shocked. I mean, because I'm no businessman. I don't know. I just kind of see what I see. With the contract and what it's going to cost dead cap wise, and can Howie get around that? What if the team takes on the entire contract? Does that lessen the dead cap hit? Does it not? I'm not really sure. So we'll see. I mean, for the 15th pick, that would be great. Do I think that will happen? Probably not. I mean, I don't think anybody will give up the 15th overall or a top 10 pick for him or a top 15 pick for him. I just don't think that's going to be the case. Cali Eagle says elite guard. Appreciate the super chat, by the way, buddy. Cali Eagle says elite guard is only thing I consider trading AJ for. Could start right away for Steen, and if Landon bows out, could step in there, then draft the right tackle. I mean, you could do that as well. The Eagles haven't signed a fucking free agent. The Eagles haven't signed an offensive lineman to big money pretty much since probably Brandon Brooks, I would have to say, besides extensions and stuff like that. The last time the Eagles went out in free agency and got an offensive lineman to big money, I think it was a lot of years ago. It was a long time ago. You know, we're hitting on like, what was that, 16 when they signed I don't even remember when they signed Brandon Brooks, but that was a long time ago. Suo says, I don't understand for the life of me how people don't want Crosby. Well, because he's only, people, I don't know. When it comes to like these guys that are like 28, 29, everyone thinks their careers are fucking over, which they're not. I don't get why signing a 28-year-old is a bad thing. The only way I hate this Crosby move is that if the offense is in a fucking slump for another year. Like, the last thing I want to do is waste another year building this defense again, having a championship defense, for all of it to be wasted on the offense. Now it's so many fucking new changes with Sean Mannion and the rest of this staff, his own staff that he's pretty much hiring next to him. The Eagles still need to find a quarterback coach. Hopefully Greg Olsen can come to the Eagles, or that coach that's been coaching since 1990. It would be great to have a real old grizzled vet in the building. I mean, I like the move. The Eagles need an edge rusher. I mean, you're not going into fucking 26 with Nolan Smith and Jalix Hunt. Jalix Hunt, I think, has already proved that he's just better in a deep rotation. For some reason, when it's not as a deep rotation, he's starting, he doesn't produce. I really don't know why, but it is what it is. And Nolan Smith, like, I think he's disruptive. I think his pressure percentage is up, but unfortunately, like, he is not a first-round pick edge rusher. He is not playing like one. Okay, maybe he's playing like a late second round to like a third round pick type edge rusher. Nothing pops out at you with both of those guys as starters. The Eagles tried to do that this year, and obviously it didn't work until they got Nolan Smith back, and obviously they, then they had Campbell playing edge. So so it was a deep rotation, and both of them played okay. Played good. Did I miss something? I did. Alfredo31 with the super chat. Thank you so much, buddy. He says AJ going to ball out in this new offense, 1,400. Yeah, that would be great. That would be great. That would be awesome. Get back to what he's supposed to be doing. I just think of it as like Sean Mannion is looking at this offense. He sees two 1A, 1B receivers that want the ball all the time. And getting the ball to those guys, can they do it every game? Yes, they can. And I'm hoping that they're not going to make any crazy changes when it comes to that, So we'll see. No, defense is really not the problem for me. I mean, I don't, as long as they sign, I feel like as long as they sign Nakobe Dean, I think we'll be all right. Like, it's weird because we have no depth at safety. I would rather sign Nakobe Dean. You know what I mean? But I know Fangio likes Jeremiah Trotter Jr. Like, if Dean, if Dean and Campbell weren't here, Trotter would be next in line right now. He's got too much in front of him right now. And Campbell, like, that draft last year is not looking great. I mean, it's not Jihad Campbell's fault. I mean, they take him out of linebacker when Dean comes back, and then he plays edge rusher. He gets some snaps. Nolan Smith comes back from injury, and then Campbell pretty much has no snaps. As a first-round pick, I mean, you got to do something with him, because wasting an entire year with no Jihad Campbell fucking sucks. Not good, Yeah, we're going to have to pay our defense now, yeah. We're going to have to put draft compensation into our offense. The defense has to get locked up. And you got to remember, too, like, Carter's got to get paid. DeJean's got to get paid soon. He ain't no first-round pick. There's no fifth-year option. Quinyon Mitchell, they got the fifth-year option that they could pick up if they want to. But, he's got to get paid soon. Nolan Smith ain't getting paid. Okay? They have no edge rusher right now. There's still some contracts they got to lock up too. So we're hoping that kind of gets done and over with. Jordan Davis, I don't know what they're going to do with him. I mean, I honestly, I don't know the type of money that Jordan Davis is going to get. I would try to re-sign him if they can. I would make sure both of your DTs are signed long term, because they're just way too important. And it really starts with them in this defense. Vaughn has no guaranteed money after 26. Yeah, so technically, yeah, I mean, that sucks. So Vaughn realistically can just have one more year in Philadelphia. I mean, it was technically a 3-year deal, but if there's no more guaranteed money left, then I mean, they're going to have to let him go. They're going to have to let him go. Like, this is going to be if this is Vaughn's last year in Philadelphia, that's pretty much it. So they're going to have to it's going to be, I'm hoping, Nakobe Dean and Jahad Campbell. I mean, that's the future right there. So yeah, I think I extend Jalen if it was like 38 to 40. Well, no, I mean, they're going to extend. They're going to have to extend Jalen. Like, I mean, that's an easy one to do. That's an easy contract to free up money. I mean, they extend. I mean, they save over 20 million. So technically, they'll have, I think, over $40 million, something like that. So it's not impossible. Because if we get a dominant defensive end, it will take this defense to the next level and will help take the pressure off Carter being doubled all game. You know what? Like, I like Jalen Phillips, but he ain't no Maxx Crosby. Okay, like, maybe I'm not giving Phillips enough credit because he didn't have an offseason with the Eagles, okay? He got traded. He finally had a bye week. He finally gave him a week of rest because he didn't have rest getting traded for a while. And, you know, I don't know. I mean, there's just, I don't know what the needs are going to look like by the time we're done with 2 weeks of free agency. You know what I mean? I don't know what it's going to look like when it comes to Reed, Dean, and what happens at the edge rushing position and what happens with Landon Dickerson, this offensive line. I mean, there's just, I would love to have 2 selections of the first round this year. I would love to do that. I mean, I would try to, you know, Tanner McKee, I would try to trade him for at least a 3rd or a 4th round pick if they could do that. They need as many 3rd or 4th rounders as possible and try to garnish some picks to at least move up, maybe in the 1st or maybe move up to the early second day. So we'll see how it goes. Let's see. Yeah, no, Hunt is I mean, Jalix Hunt. I mean, this was a hand-picked pick by Vic Fangio. Okay, what was he, a 3rd rounder, 4th rounder, whatever? I mean, Jalix Hunt. I mean, yeah, I mean, he could drop back in coverage. I mean, he is like I think the perfect fit for Fangio's defense, especially, you know, two interceptions on the year, a pick 6 on the year, which is great. I don't know how many sacks he had this year, but he had a good year. Deep rotation, he does really well, really well. You attack with Crosby and then let Hunt drop back. Yeah. Baldiel says, kind of wish the NFL was similar to the NBA when it came to contracts. Like NBA trades contracts as much as they trade players. Teams literally swap their rights to contracts to absorb everything. Yeah, well, if the NBA, if the NBA rules were in the NFL, then every fucking team would be a super team. So there would be no limitation, and that's why you have cap. That's why you have dead cap. That's why you have pre-June trades and post-June trades. This is why it's not, we don't go in that direction. So Jordan Killers, regardless of what we do with AJ, there's a lot of good wide receiver depth in this draft. Yeah, well, I'm hoping it doesn't come to that. The last thing I'm thinking about is a fucking wide receiver going to this draft. I'm sorry, but that's just the truth. So I was gonna say Phillips can't even finish the QB. He was at least 5 weeks of the season. Yeah, I mean, there were times where he kind of disappeared a little bit. I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe it was just not having enough rest. I forgot when he actually got rest. He got traded. He didn't have rest for a while. He didn't even have a bye week for a while. So I don't know how much that went into it. And on top of everything else, I mean, the first 3-4 weeks you can't really do too much because it's not like he's been here the entire year. You know, maybe he'll look different under an Eagles OTAs, an Eagles training camp, and being here the all off-season program as a Philadelphia Eagle, it'll probably look, like I said, it'll probably look a little different. So I'm expecting a better year from Jalen Phillips. When you get traded mid-year, you can't really expect much. I mean, no, it's not really about the sack numbers, but at the same time, his pressures has garnished other guys on the line to make plays or linebackers that are playing downhill. So you can't look at the sack numbers like every 2 seconds. It's yes, you know, did we have it early? Did we have issues early in the season before getting Phillips? Yes, we had a lot of issues on finishing plays, finishing drives defensively on this pass rush, taking quarterbacks down, letting them go, big plays happening. So that was a big problem. So I wouldn't look at the sack numbers too much because Jalen Hunt made a lot of plays off of pressure. Carter giving pressure, other players have made plays off of. I mean, you got to take it as that as well. But I feel like, I think Crosby is the better talent, but I think Phillips is still a really good player under. He's more of a scheme fit type edge rusher. And I think under Fangio, he plays his best. And I think with an entire offseason with the Eagles from the start, he will be a lot better. He will be 10 times a lot better. One Fabio, 2 with the super chat. Appreciate it, buddy. He says, we need a new wide receiver coach. Seems he knows nothing. They're keeping Aaron Moorhead. And guess whose decision that was? That was Nick Sirianni's. Nick Sirianni is keeping Aaron Moorhead. He's keeping Michael Clay because that was the first move we made, was extending Michael Clay. Why? I have no idea. I don't like Michael Clay. I don't like how he never puts a receiver at kick returner. I don't know what's his I don't know what's his obsession with using running backs as kick returners. I'll never really understand it. He's been here a long time. So that move was made before Sean Mannion was even here. So Mannion has control over the very important positions, obviously passing game coordinator, run game coordinator, quarterback coach. I mean, those are the most important ones that he needs next to him. So that's where we're at with that. Yeah, I mean, I think Phillips will come here for cheap. Like I not cheap, but I think he'll come here I think he'll pick a better situation over a shit ton of money. Or, he's not going to be the highest. I don't think he's looking to be the highest paid edge rusher of the league. So I think the Eagles would get it done. More with Jalen Phillips than Crosby, because I mean there's gonna be teams lined up for Jalen Phillips. There's gonna be teams lined up for Crosby when it comes to a trade. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how much you put on a position coach. He's not a passing game coordinator. He doesn't really do much of anything else. He's been here a long time, so I don't know. I don't blame the wide receiver. I don't blame his coaching, getting prepared every week. I blame morally these coaches putting these players in this fucking position. So I don't know how much of that goes on Aaron Moorhead. Probably not a shit ton. Phillips was awesome, and I believe now that he has had time, he will be more acclimated and perform even better. I'm not giving up Phillips and then not getting Crosby, and plus Phillips is younger. Yeah, Phillips is young. I don't know how old is Phillips, 26? He's not that much younger. What is he, 26, 27? I mean, he's got to be between that. You know what I mean? So, if he's 25, great. I forgot how old he is. Dale Sand, what's going on? Says, I thought Phillips made a big impact. Numbers may not indicate that, but I thought he was pretty dead. Yeah, like I said, like he a lot of players made plays off of Phillips and his pressure. I mean, that's what, people just look at the sack numbers and just are like, Jalen Hunt ain't doing that shit by himself. Let's be clear on that. Jalen Hunt ain't getting sacks on his own. Nolan Smith ain't getting sacks on his fucking own. Okay? Maybe a couple times, 1 or 2 times he did this year, depending. But, let's see. 3 years younger. Yeah. Yeah, Phillips is around 46 million for 3 years. He's around 17 million to 19. Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much almost the going rate of what these guys are going for, between 18 plus $1 million. Depending on the player and the statistics. But I mean, he's not going to get 30 plus $1 million. I mean, these prime edge rushers are getting like 30 plus. But if you can get if they can go 10 million, a little, maybe 8 to 10 million, a little lower than that, then maybe, then maybe they can get it done. But yeah, like Linda Connor says, definitely over 25 million per year. Yeah, the Eagles ain't doing that. They're not doing that. So, I mean, if the Eagles have no issues on the offensive line, they get depth depending on what picks they have in the first round. If it's just the one selection, and AJ Brown's not traded, and they signed Dean back, like potentially, like sure. I mean, you want to go after an edge rusher in the first round? They could do that if they want. So we'll see. So who cares how old Phillips is? He's nowhere near the player Crosby is. Crosby is a game wrecker, and I think that's true. I don't think I wouldn't say like he's nowhere near. I mean, he's still solid, but Crosby is just yeah, man. I mean, him coming to Philly for the first time in his career and then having that podcast afterwards, pretty much talking about, he would love to play in Philadelphia. He, the fans and, the experience that he had in Philly, he said, that's a team I would love to play for. Like, that's a team that's the type of fan base I want to play for, the team I want to play for. So, going to find out if Crosby is going to take less, if Crosby will take less after a trade. To be in a better situation. He's made a lot of money. But we'll see what he wants, and there'll be a lot of teams after him. I mean, if there's gonna be like probably 5 teams after him, 3 to 5 teams after him, and the Eagles are like not the most cap built team right now with $20.2 million. I mean, even with $40.2 million, I mean, it's still not enough. I mean, they have other things they need to take care of when it comes to the own roster, locking up players on the defense, things like that. So, no, I don't think Phillips right now. I mean, the way Phillips played last year, $25+ million. No, I would not be. I would not be interested in that. So, Dude said Crosby's personality would fit. He's great. He's fucking awesome. I love it. He's got that. He's got that. I don't give a fuck personality, and he's chill, and he's just chill, and he's a hard worker. And I don't really worry about how that if he'll fit in the locker room or not. I think he'll fit perfectly fine. Jimmy Jones says take Phillips, Hunt, and some draft help in Graham Smith. I'm not so sure about. He has to prove it's still hurt all last year, so no new contract for him. Maybe an extension if you can't find anything. So, yeah, I mean, Graham will come back. I mean, look, Graham actually played pretty fucking good last year. I mean, he had like 4 sacks. I mean, shit. I mean, for a 40-year-old player, you can't even really bitch about that. I mean, if he probably would have had maybe another couple sacks under his belt if he was signed earlier. Once they signed Smith, then he fucking left because we lost to the fucking Giants. That pathetic play the Eagles had against the Giants the first game. And he just called it quits, I guess, and said, "Oh, I'm not wasting my year," which I really gave him no respect for that at all. I don't think he ever signed with anybody else the rest of the year, but let's see. Let's see if Fox says Crosby would be willing to do anything. Fangio asked that he has dropped in coverage and got picks before. Yeah, it's happened. It's happened. I'm not questioning if he's a fit in Philadelphia. It just comes down to what the Eagles have to give up. Like the Raiders and Eagles, like any team that the Raiders are going to be working with, they need to figure out. They got to figure out like contract takeover. They need to figure out, obviously, would the Raiders be willing to take over a little bit of that cap? I mean, they're going to get $30 million back on a trade regardless. $5.1 million for the first year in dead cap for Maxx Crosby, and then pretty much that second year they have to take over some guarantees. They're going to have to pay Crosby some guarantees, but I mean, I think it's definitely a doable trade now. They say if we lose AJ, though, that's a huge hole to fill. No, it is. It is. It might not be. It really might not be, because the Eagles could sign a free agent fucking wide receiver that Mannion knows that's a lot cheaper. Romeo Doubs is the first wide receiver that comes to my mind. If AJ Brown is gone, I'm getting Romeo Doubs. Like, boom. I mean, look, he had over 700 yards last year. That's it. 6 touchdowns? He's been in 4 playoff games, over 300 yards, 2 touchdowns. So he's got a lot of playoff experience, so, you're not going to get, the Eagles have been gifted the last few years of having AJ and Devontae Smith. Look at these fucking receivers in the Super Bowl. What did these receivers do? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. They did. I mean, on top of both quarterbacks that weren't even ready for the fucking stage, at all. Everyone talks shit about Hurts. What he's done the last couple Super Bowls has been absolutely amazing. Okay, these two quarterbacks were fucking horrible. Horrible. Okay? None of them were going to get the MVP of that fucking game. So, you know, let's see. They also had receivers like AJ don't grow on trees. He was just frustrated and didn't give full effort. There are two big body receivers in the NFL, AJ and DK. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, look, disgruntled, sure. Should he have handled certain situations better? Probably. Did he have to go on social media the couple times that he did this past year? Probably not. I mean, there's some things that just can't happen, and there's some things that need to be said. And AJ Brown is not wrong. He's just not wrong at all. When when everybody else would sit there being quiet, AJ came out and said what everyone else, was pretty much thinking. And it's the truth. What the fans were thinking, what the rest of this roster was thinking when this catastrophe was going on with this offense, So Jimmy Dolan says Crosby will be a bidding war, not even slightly cheap. Jerry Jones is going to bid heavy. I don't know. How is he going to fucking pay for all these guys? I mean, look, they're going to, go ahead. They're going to restructure a bunch of guys. I mean, Dak Prescott's got like another year, maybe 2 years left to even do anything. Okay. George Pickens got tagged. So that's what, $28 million for the year, which means they're going to try to work on a big contract for George Pickens. And on top of everything else, between George Pickens and the Dallas Cowboys, there's going to be some type of fucking standstill with that contract. Like, Pickens is looking to get a lot of fucking money. So we'll see how that goes. I don't know how that's going to go. Jimmy said, I think we have a great team. Nick is a lousy coach, too predictable, too much talent, doesn't get used. I know some may feel I'm wrong, but I love Dotson, but rarely thrown his way. Tank wasn't used. You're right about all of that. I mean, you're right about Nick is a piece of shit coach. I mean, that's the truth. Dotson, obviously, I don't know how much he's gonna get. We know that Darius Cooper's going to have an opportunity in the offseason program for that number 3 spot. I don't see them sign Jahan Dotson back. Like I said, shouldn't even cost much. But the Eagles are really not trying to lock guys up offensively right now. Like, if they can get away with signing somebody a little bit cheaper on the offense that could produce that we don't have to worry about for another year or two, great. So we'll see. Ojomo is not a free agent until after 26. He's still on contract for another year. So Ojomo ain't going to get paid either. I'd rather pay Jordan Davis and Carter than pay him. I'm not paying Ojomo. Ojomo's going to go somewhere else after this year. He will be an unrestricted free agent. He will not re-sign in Philadelphia. Definitely not. So yeah, they tagged. Oh well, I don't know if it's official yet. I don't know if it's official yet, but that's the big rumor right now that they're going to tag him. $28 million for the year. Did they tag? Did they tag him? I thought they fucking tagged him. Hold on. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he got tagged. There's a lot of rumors that they're going to tag him. They're going to tag him because they don't want him to become a free agent. So if they're tagging him, it means that they can't come up with a long-term extension. That they're not going to be able to come up with a long-term extension yet. So, but that tag is expensive though. It's expensive. Who's saying Milt did get paid? What are you talking about? Let's see. Jimmy John says can't give Carter new contract yet either. Jordan Davis, yes, but Carter was hurt. He's trouble prone, so he needs to prove he wants to be here. I don't think that's entirely true. So Yeah, the Carter spitting incident, I don't even blame him for that. He got spit on first, so I don't even blame him for that at all. Should he have done it? Probably not, but whatever, it is what it is. Um, he had an issue with his shoulder during off-season program, and he didn't take care of it. Like, he didn't have the clean out surgery on his shoulders or anything. He ended up getting it later in the season, which was fine. I think particularly because that shoulder wasn't good, and then he had to come out of the rotation, come back because his shoulder would be acting up. So I don't think there's a loss in production with Jalen Carter at all. I think Carter is going to be one of the best DTs in the league for a long time. So I don't know where the trouble prone is coming from, and I don't know where the he needs to prove himself is coming from. You're going to see what Jalen Carter is going to do this year. That's a damn fact. Let's see. Big Ed 61961, but the Eagles need to focus on in-house moves, not bring players in. We need to fix our foundation. We have a great team, and if draft goes our way, we don't really need much in free agency. No, I mean, our free agency, no, I mean, other than the Maxx Crosby news and maybe Jalen Phillips, our free agency is re-signing our own players right now. It's trying to lock guys up for the future. That's it. That's all that's our free agency. If anybody in this chat thinks the Eagles are going to go out there and fucking sign this, unless it's a depth signing, a 1-year deal for depth, like cheap as shit, that's fine. But big money to just random players from it's not going to happen. Besides like the edge rushing position where there's a lot of rumors there, other than that, that's pretty much about it. I think the Eagles can make a splash. I mean, getting Jalen Phillips back is a mini splash. Getting Crosby in a trade is going to be a big fucking splash. So Howie Roseman's good on negotiating, and he's good at persuading players to come to Philly and promise a lot of things. So, always keep things on the table. Never give up on what's being said because things could happen. Professor Fiddlesworth says, unless you plan to play Nolan Smith 20+ soon, no problem including him in a trade pack. Oh, no, I'm definitely trading him. 100%. If the Eagles are going after Maxx Crosby, I'm definitely putting Nolan Smith on the trade block. He's definitely going to get no. I mean, I'm not paying Nolan Smith. There's no fucking way. I mean, look, you drafted Jalen Carter, you drafted Nolan Smith. I'm signing Jalen Carter before. I mean, Nolan Smith, no. Suez Joe, would you do Nolan Smith on a 4th for Crosby? Yeah, in a heartbeat. Well, where's the contract? Did he arrive in Philadelphia yet? Yes. That's yeah. A 4th round pick of Nolan Smith. That's a fucking no-brainer. I would do that in a fucking heartbeat. I don't blame him either, but you got to be smart. You're Jalen Carter. He has less sacks every year, Joe, but he was yeah, but I mean, no, I get it. I get it, but like when he was on this year, he was on. You know how many times he got held this year? Look at all of the film from this past year. If you want to talk about sack numbers, and I'm not ridiculing you or anything. I'm not trying to talk shit on you or anything. I'm just saying in general. Do you know how many holding calls were missed this year? I mean, come on now. How many times has Jalen Carter been held in a fucking game? Every single game. And other players are making plays off of his pressure. You know how many times that's happened this year? How many times we watch every game this year, especially on some of the streams that we did this year, and we're like, fucking Jalen Carter, like he's getting fucking tackled to the ground. I mean, unfucking real, man. It's unreal. But you know what? There's a reason for that. The reason is because these fucking refs turn the cheek when it comes to Jalen Carter because they know he's a fucking troublemaker. And they do this shit with fucking players. We all know they treat players, our golden boys, fucking differently than everybody else. You know? Fucking, come on, Suo. Like a 4th round pick of Nolan Smith for Matt. Fucking, come on. Like, what the fuck? I'll pay for his plane ticket to come to the link. Like, what the fuck? To the NovaCare. Lovey Lucia Chia says package McKee, Jurgens, Ojobo, and picks for no. You're gonna lose. You're gonna lose. You're gonna lose defensive tackle depth. Jurgens, I agree. Jurgens is like, I don't know what the fuck happened to him this year. I mean, how the hell is he even in the Pro Bowl? That's my question. Like, how did he even get in the Pro Bowl at all? I mean, he was just if anybody was worse, Dickerson was probably the worst offensive lineman this year. But holy shit, Jurgens though, wow, he was fucking bad. I'm like wondering now if they need to draft a center and maybe put Jurgens at right guard. I don't even know. Put him at right guard. I mean, he's getting killed. I mean, he got killed this year. Another guy that couldn't good guy couldn't hold a block. He whiffed on 2 to 3 blocks per game. I mean, pretty much. But he just got paid. I think Jurgens just got paid in 23 he got paid, I think. I'm trying to remember. Jimmy Jones said Dean wants to come back. Hopefully we could do it. Yeah, I mean, he said on the on the NFL. He was on the Super Bowl week. He was on NFL Network on an interview, and he said I'm ready. It's so fucking weird because Dean is the most injury-prone fucking player we have. He is. He's hurt every year. But man, when he's healthy and he's on, I mean, within the first 2 weeks of him being back, 2 weeks it took. Did you see him? He jumped into that. I think it was the Vikings game. I mean, I was like, damn. I mean, first game back, he hits that field, man. I mean, it transcends the defense. It's nuts, man. Blankenship, he can fucking walk. I mean, I'm signing Dean before Blankenship. We got to figure out Jahad Campbell, but if there's a way to keep, Reed great, like Reed's not tremendous. Reed's not the most fantastic fucking safety we've ever had. He's not bad. He's not the worst either. He's a solid safety that gets you 2 picks a year. There you go. You know what I mean? I really, if they were to sign both of those guys, I would be like, okay, I'm good. You know what I mean? Then we'll see what else happens. Reed doesn't suck. What the fuck? He doesn't suck at all. What are we talking about here? I just don't think he's like, some, I mean? I think he's a great scheme. He's a really good scheme fit under Fangio. He's played way better under Fangio. So yeah, I don't think Dean will ever play a full season. Yeah, it kind of sucks. But man, got a lot of depth at linebacker. I mean, fuck, that position has been before last year, a couple of years, that position's been suffering for so many fucking years, and now we have so much depth on it. I mean, even without Dean, I think you're still good at that position. But Dean, man, him to come back, play with Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter and be here for the future, and would I just love to bring him back, Grandmaster Kenobi says, the center we picked up from the Rams, Willie Lampkin, will be our center moving forward. He fits the West Coast offense more than Cam. Cam is traffic. Yeah, I forgot about Willie Lampkin. And he was hurt a couple times, and, he hasn't really done much as in, like, he's practiced, but I guess we'll see, it just sucks that Stout's not here. It just sucks. Everybody forgets, because now it's like a new guy comes in, and what if he doesn't like specific guys that potentially go somewhere else and play better? That's what you have to worry about now with a new offensive line coach coming in. Let's see. Dwad Jones says Dean value on the open market is only $7 million per year, so why not want to come back for Dean? Yeah, I mean, look, I think you're right. It was like a 3-year. I think his numbers were like, I think it was like 3 years, 24, 26 million, something like that. So I don't think it's bad. Jimmy Jones, I don't even want Blankenship, not sold on Makuba. I believe he is too small, going to get hurt a lot. I believe we need more safety. No, we need more safety help. I mean, Makuba, broke his fibula, looked like shit earlier in the year, looked better middle of the season, then got hurt. You have really nobody there. I don't want. Look, if you want to put a Band-Aid on that position, as much as I don't want to do it, Marcus Epps is still a pretty good prime free agent for you. I thought Marcus Epps played really good coming out of that Chargers game into the end of the season. I thought Marcus Epps was really fucking solid. The problem with Marcus Epps is fucking health. He came to the Eagles this past year off an ACL injury with the Raiders. And then he got hurt again. And then he finally came back, and I thought he played really good. Like, I think signing him to a 1-year deal wouldn't be bad, since Sidney Brown will never touch the position ever again. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson's a free agent. I'm tired of even hearing that guy's name going from team to fucking team, I don't. At this point, I have no idea. Like, we still don't have answers on that shit that happened last year. Why they even moved him. Goes to the Texans. They couldn't even fucking stand him. And then goes to the Bears. It plays really well. That guy is just a fucking problem, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I agreed. Makuba's too small. Makuba's got to rap way better. Some of these body tackles, these body slam tackles, it didn't work. He got embarrassed a couple. He got embarrassed by Mahomes. He got embarrassed a couple times. So, yo, Chris, what's going on, buddy? Member for 29 months. I appreciate it so much. The only reason Makuba got hurt is because KP blew a 21-0. Yeah, it was the Cowboys game. I totally forgot about that. Fucking crazy, bro. Crazy. Vulnerable to more fucking injuries, getting guys off the field. Could have gotten a good lead, could have stayed, you know what I mean? And you didn't stay aggressive offensively. 3 and out. Your defense is on the field more, and look what happens. You garnish more injuries, and then you had that broken fibula with Makuba, which really sucked. So, yeah, it was unfortunate. I totally forgot about that. Good looks, Chris, because I totally forgot. I love these. I agree. I want to see us try Ringo at backup. No. I don't want to see Ringo on this roster, period. Special teamer, he's fine. But I don't want him I don't want him touching safety. I don't want him touching corner. I don't want him to even sit on the bench because he's going to curse the bench and whoever else sits on the bench. Okay? I'm kind of done. I'm done with him. I don't want to see him. The respect that I will give is that when the defensive line started to play better, yeah, I thought Adoree Jackson actually played pretty damn good late in the season. I thought he actually played pretty damn good. But I would never re-sign him again. I mean, I'm done with that. We already knew. When we let Slay walk and Rodgers walk, I already fucking and they did nothing they didn't trade for a mid-tier guy. Jacorian Bennett, fucking 2 days before our first preseason game, a waste of time. Fucking complete waste of time. And then you get Jair Alexander in the building. He's like, oh, can't wait to play. I can't wait. We got to face his former team, Green Bay, the week after. And guess what? After a week, he fucking retires. He doesn't board the plane with the Eagles, and he retires. The weirdest shit has happened in 25. Like, it's just the weirdest shit. I've never seen so many guys retire. I mean, shit. Man, like when Jair got in the building, I was really fucking pumped because I was like, oh, he's on a new team. He's gonna fucking. I was so excited for that. And then we never got to fucking see it. We never got to see it. Ringo could try out for the UFL. Hurts go 1830. If extend Hurts, that would put some money off. Yeah, I mean, you'd free up over $20 million, I think. So the Eagles would have over $40 million, which isn't bad. $20.2 million ain't going to get you much. It ain't going to get you much. I mean, you need like, what, 8 to 10 for the draft? I mean, you need, you know what I mean? So you really don't even have that much. Isaiah says, Ringo has the worst coverage ever. That's definitely the fucking truth. Definitely the truth. So it says, Jair let me down big time. Yeah, I was really excited for that trade. You know? Number 2 corner is definitely a big one for the Eagles. Like, they need... I mean, go get Rick Woolen from Seattle. I mean, somebody. I mean, somebody that is you know what I mean? At least the number 2 for the next, couple to a few years would be great, you know? Michael Carter, they're probably going to have to keep him. I mean, he's dirt cheap this year. I mean, what was he, like $3 million cap hit? For not doing much of anything. We have no depth. I mean, besides Michael Carter behind DeJean, I mean, you have nobody behind that nickel spot. That inside corner spot is like completely empty. Like if knock on wood, if DeJean goes down, like yeah, I mean you're kind of screwed. Michael Carter has played inside and has played safety with the Jets, so he's played both positions. You know. Ertz goes, so when Ringo reversed tackled Josh Johnson. Hold on. I said this dude got to leave ASAP. Yeah. Adoree Jackson was horrible at open tackling as well, and he actually got better. He got better late in the season. Like I said, I'm not gonna when it's time to shit on somebody, I'll shit on somebody. But when it comes to a player like that, What Fabio with the super chat says, we need a big safety like 6 feet and above 2 covered tight end. Yeah, I mean that'd be nice. I would love a big safety. I would. Thank God the Eagles didn't draft James Pierce Jr. Thank fucking God. That guy got arrested with a weapon, stalking his girlfriend. I mean, what? Remember where the Falcons trade up in front of us to go get James Pierce Jr.? They gave up they traded their 1 and a second round pick. I don't know what I forgot what the trade was, but they gave up a lot for like a ceiling player. Not even a blue chip, like a fucking ceiling player. They jumped in front of us because from 7, 8 picks, nobody wanted to trade with Howie Roseman. His career's fucking done. He's done now. Yeah. No, Carter's still on contract. He had like 2 years left. Michael Carter? Yeah, I think he's got 2 years left. Appreciate that safety. Appreciate that super chat one, Fabio, very much. Dwad Jones says you don't have high football IQ, you will fail in Vic's scheme. Yeah, I mean, you kind of do. We got lucky with Quignon and fucking and Cooper DeJean. We got lucky in that draft because the first 14 picks of the draft, I think, were all offensive players. I mean, that's just luck. Howie Roseman said it in the draft room. He was like, who knows? It would have been, who knows that patience would pay off, and that you never want to be patient in the draft. It's hard to be patient, So Louis says he's under contract, but we could clear up 10 million cap. Who? What player can we free up 10 million for? I gotta see that. I want Sadiq. I like what the Bears do. Their tight ends. Yeah. Dwad Jones says, why nobody wants Pierce? He had a bunch of red flags coming out. Now we see why. Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, didn't he have... Oh, shit. I totally fucking forgot about that. James Pierce Jr. had, He had, an incident in high school and an incident in college or something. I forgot what it was, but... Carter? $10 million? Where are you reading that? Is that even true? I mean, fuck, I would do that. I would get rid of him in a heartbeat. On a trade or a release? No, I know what you're talking about. Well, yeah, Sidney Brown's horrible. That fucking guy plays kick returner at safety. He treats his position like a kick return. I mean, he's just reckless. When Sidney Brown actually makes a tackle and he's when he's there to make a tackle, let me tell you, he fucking tackles really well. But man, he's not smart. Half the time he's not smart. So we should go for Nasheen Wright, cornerback from the Bears. And yes, I heard that about Michael Carter too. I gotta see that, bro. If they could free up 10 million just from that move and extend Jalen Hurts, they could have over 50 million in cap space. I mean, shit. Yeah, the Nick Gammon worried, bro. I wanted him bad too. We wanted him. Why didn't the Eagles trade up and grab him? Everyone knew he was going to be good. The beginning of the second round always has talent. I know. I know. I get it. I don't even know where. I don't know where is our second round pick this year. Someone look that up. Where's the Eagles second round pick this year? Where is that lay on? If it's even our pick, which I think it is. Well, yeah. Well, where is this news coming from? What is it on? Spot Track? Is it on Over the Cap? Like, where is it? If somebody's on X, just like tag me in it or send me a message with it. Because if that's the case, yeah. Yes, sirree. Joe says, watch us draft McNeil Warren, safety from Toledo, and for the fucking Toledo. You watch I'm trading Nolan first, third for Max. Nolan a first, a third for Maxx Crosby. Make it happen, Howie, with him defensive back on beast mode. You're trading a Nolan Smith, a first, a third for Maxx Crosby. Yeah, it's a lot. It might come to that, but the first round pick for this year, I wonder if they can get away with it for another draft. It's on Spot Track. Yeah, I have to see that. I gotta see that. I gotta see that because now, no, wrong Michael Carter. This is Michael Carter. This is Michael Carter from the fucking from the Cardinals. I don't know who the fuck that is on the Cardinals. Michael cornerback acquired by Philadelphia. Eagles from the Jets in October in the midst of a 3-year, $30.75 million contract. According to Spot Track, he carries a $10.25 million cap hit for 20. What? Though he is, but are you fucking kidding me? Yo, the Jets, damn. I forgot they signed him to like a big deal. So he's a $10.25 million cap hit for 26. Yeah, he's got to fucking go. What the fuck? Yeah, he's got to go. Holy shit. I didn't even know that. That's an easy one to do now. Yeah, that's that for a backup that's not even playing. Yeah, I mean that's too much of a cap hit. They brought him in obviously for more depth. Never really got much playing time. James Pierce Jr., the edge rusher from Tennessee, I think. That's on the Falcons. Yeah, looks like he got caught with a weapon. And he got arrested for it, I guess. Stalking somebody, I guess. Cutting Sidney Brown and Ringo would free up another 2. Yeah, well, they're not gonna cut both of those guys because they're good on special teams, and they are. They are good on special teams. I mean, Sidney Brown will get the occasional flag. Ringo gets the occasional flag. It happens, but they're good on special teams, so they're very good on special teams. You're not cutting those guys, especially if they don't cost that much. Joey says Howie specifically said he was off our draft board. Yeah, but no GM is going to tell. I mean, what he said it after the fact or before? I mean, after the fact that it makes sense, but before they ain't going to tell you the truth anyway. Jake Elliott needs to be in competition. I'm sorry, but he needs to be in competition. No fucking way I'm keeping him. One Christopher Michael said that dude's fucked. He used a weapon. He used a weapon while stalking his ex. Yeah, that's what I heard. Dua says he was smashing his Lambo into his girlfriend's car, then tried to run from the cops and crashed and had a gun on him legally. Yeah, he's over with. I was saying before everything, the team needs to cut the useless players, the bums who do nothing but give up everything big to the opposition. Yeah, we're gonna take care of that. Yeah, same here. He was top of my list. He was definitely top of my list. You saved $9 million by cutting Carter. Fuck that. That's great. That's awesome. I mean, that's amazing. That's great. Shit. I mean, damn. It says, yeah, but special teams is extra. They got to be good at their position or at least competent. Well, I mean, not really, because how many other special teams guys are how many other special teams guys? I mean, yeah, sure, maybe they have to be somewhat competent in playing the position, but how many other special teams guys do we have that really never get an opportunity that are pretty good at special teams? Probably a few guys like Small Munden. We know that Trotter Jr. is good. He plays special teams, so you don't just get rid of both. Those guys cost literally nothing, and they produce on special teams. So, I mean, we'll see. There's always competition every single year, you know? Where do I sign the cut 'em? Yeah, I'll sign the dotted line. I want my 10 million. The Giants ain't playing. Well, they're not playing right now. Football's over. So uh oh god. I love fucking with people. Hertz Goats says, Joey, you should break down draft class when the so combine. So I have an announcement to make. From what it sounds like right now, it looks like the Philly Shakedown will be back for the combine, for the draft. Working out the kinks to scheduling when it comes to the shakedown per week. But that is about all I know right now so far. So that's all I know. It's just, yeah, but if Trotter gets called. Okay. Sorry. But if Trotter gets called and you're not freaking out about it, if Brown, it's a mess. I don't know. I'm with David on this one. I have no idea what we're talking about. No, Sidney Brown is just bad, period. I'm kind of done with it. I forgot we had Michael Carter, that bum. They forgot we had Michael Carter, that bum. The one Chris Ronaldo, Joey, got here late since I didn't get notification about the stream. For Crosby, what would you give up? I do Nolan in a picks, not a first, not because I don't like Nolan, but he's too good. So what the fuck, man? Like, we can't get a first for fucking AJ Brown, but we have to give up a first for fucking Maxx Crosby? Like, what the fuck? Like, what is this shit? Like, what is this shit? We can't get a first for fucking AJ Brown if that's the case? If that's the case? Come on, man. What the fuck? The Eagles have to work something. I mean, if it's for Crosby, they got to work something out. Add a player. I'll give him a fucking day 2 pick if needed, and maybe a higher pick for 27. You know. Nate says that you got to be competent in position first, and you can play special teams. You can't draft a guy just for special teams. You can't play cornerback or whatever. No, I get that, but the problem is, like, I don't like, even though it's like it's just to a point now where, like, I don't know. Maybe they feel like Ring. I'm not saying that I feel that he's competent to play the position, but maybe they feel he's competent. I mean, that's what it comes down to. You know what I mean? Like, when we know a player sucks, he sucks, but they might not think a player is hot garbage. They only keep Ringo because of the desperation, because they don't have anybody. They had nobody at number 2. You know what I mean? So for this past year, you know, it's a different story. So Can Ringo go in there and play? Sure, but is he that great? No. I mean, is he competent to at least go in there for a game and play? I mean, maybe, but he's going to give up some fucking yards, that's for sure. You know? I totally fucking forgot about that. Dude, I forgot about like Makuba's injury. I didn't forget about, but I forgot how it happened. I totally forgot about. He says Suo says City broke Makuba's ankle for F6. Guy just goes full speed as shit. He don't know what he's doing. I think he gave a guy, didn't he give a guy a concussion too, where like two guys were trying to make a tackle and Sidney Brown came in so fucking fast that he hit his own player? I mean, I thought he did that as well this year too. Or it might have been last year. I don't even remember. Brown said Joey Nolan Smith, Tyler Steen, a third or a fourth for Crosby sounds good to me. I'm not against it. I mean, you get rid of Tyler, if you get rid of Tyler Steen, then yeah, you're gonna have to find a guard like immediately. I mean, that's gonna be your first pick in the draft. Then you might need to draft a couple because Lane John. It's offensive. Getting rid of an offensive lineman in a trade is really hard for me because even though Lane is here for this year, you're gonna have to pick up two offensive linemen. You're gonna pick up the future at right tackle plus a guard if Steen is gone. That's the only issue I have with trading an offensive lineman because we need depth this year, and they might have to keep Steen, unfortunately. The one Christopher Michael said, I don't want to get rid of AJ unless AJ wants out, which I don't think he does. If so, trade him straight up for Crosby. They need a wide receiver for a rookie QB. They're going to draft. That's true. Imagine fucking trading AJ to the fucking Raiders. Oh, man. I mean, look, I hope the new head coach does well over there, but I mean, to be determined, I should say. Gay said, I think Bond makes everybody next to him look better than they might be. Burke, Dean, and Jihad Campbell look amazing next to Bond. I believe Trotter can look like Dean if he starts. Bond is the X factor. Yeah, might be. But Dean is really Dean was playing well before, Dean is still playing well. I mean, if you think Dean is not a great talent, I mean, Dean is a good talent. And, Trotter Jr., I think Fangio likes him a lot. I mean, he just has a lot of competition in front of him. Yeah, I mean, sure. I mean, DTs make edge rushers look great. Edge rushers make DTs look great. I mean, that's the name of the game. Jalix Hunt is only playing well because of the deep rotation. I mean, there's a bunch of things you could point your what ifs at, or, so I get that, but Bond, if he's only here for this year and that's it, no guaranteed money after this year on his contract, I mean, sign Dean. You know that Bond is going to be gone after this year. Just sign fucking Dean, and Campbell takes that outside linebacker spot. You know what I mean? They're not going to sign. They might not sign him back. They're not going to sign Bond back after this year. Maybe, I don't know. But I'm glad that Bond was a priority signing last year. I'm glad he was. Lowy said lots of good corners this draft. No need to waste money in free agency. No. I mean, the last thing I want to do is get a fucking corner in free agency. I really don't. Like the one position I do not want to go after, especially a mid-tier corner. I don't want to fucking pay a cornerback. I'm done. I'm done with that. I want to produce that position. I want to draft that position. I want to draft it in-house. I don't want to deal with free agents when it comes to fucking cornerbacks. We're done. We've done that too many years. Shitty 1-year deals to like guys getting paid a lot of money not doing shit. From the Namdi to the Bradley Fletcher to the Carrie Williams to, I mean, fuck, we can go on and on at that position, Dale Sands says Dino's liable to miss at least 8 games this season. Don't see how he commands a high price tag. That's what I'm saying. Some of these injuries for Dean are probably are going to kind of stunt his market a little bit. Potentially it could. He's just such a fucking game changer, man. Really is. Huge game changer. Jimmy DeJohn says Jordan Davis was 2025 standout. And then Hunt, Quinion, and Cooper also standouts at their position with Phillips pulling up the rear hard. You're not wrong. Jordan Davis had the best year of his career. I mean, fucking amazing. Not only just from a DT standpoint against the run, I don't know how many sacks he had, but he had a great year, man. Great year. It was a fucking wall for us. And then special teams. I mean, he had a fucking that touchdown against the Rams. I'll never forget it. I mean, that was just so fucking awesome. Watching him just burn everybody downfield, which was great, you know. Are we really allowed to say Namdi's name in Philly? Oh. Nope. Avion Terrell, Keith Abney. Yeah, I mean, the list goes on and on. It goes on and on. Hertz Goat says Q had a hell of a season. Yeah, I mean, look, his worst game was that fucking playoff game. That was his worst game. I think that was his worst game of the year. I mean, he came up with 2 picks on Purdy, but man, like that first fucking series against the Niners in that wildcard game, I was like, what the fuck is going on with him? Why is he getting burnt so fucking bad in that game? I mean, you know, maybe just the jitters, maybe, I don't know, maybe just something on the back end wasn't working out. I don't know. I think that was his worst game. Well, Joe says, how about just let Vic pick his guys on defense for his last year? Yeah, I mean, he's done it before, you know, so. We got 129 people in the chat. Make sure, if you are new, to subscribe to the channel. Cover the Eagles every single day. We'll be covering free agency in March, where we stream every single day for the first, at least 2 weeks every day. And a lot of content coming. Draft content's coming. Everything's coming at a standstill in the next week. I'll be piling down. We'll have membership videos. So if you haven't got a membership as well, a lot of the membership stuff is changing this year. A lot of changes are being made for the 26 regular season. So doesn't matter which membership you get, you will get the same. Anything higher is just for support, but pretty much any type of membership will get you all the extra content, all the reactions and things like that we do for all the what's it called? Some of the not the strikes, but some of the stuff that YouTube doesn't allow. So Dear Joe said, wasn't he coming back from a concussion a game or two with the 49ers game? I don't remember. I honestly don't remember. The Johnson Lifestyle says, Joey, I believe they won't get a QB in the draft. I feel like Malik Willis will come to Philly and trade Tanner for a better pick to trade for Crosby. Yeah, Malik Willis actually played. I mean, that game versus the Ravens, both backup quarterbacks were playing. I mean, Malik Willis, yeah, I mean, with Tennessee, he looked like shit. I mean, under Sean Mannion, look what that quarterback did in that game. I thought Malik Willis did really. I thought he looks way better than he did. That would be interesting. I don't know if he's still on contract or not. I mean, if he's a free agent, I mean, shit, I wouldn't even mind that, to be honest. Almost a similar skill set between both those quarterbacks, which is great. But it wouldn't be bad. Kyle Korsky, what's going on, buddy? He said, Joe, you really need to think about it. We all need on defense as an edge rusher and secondary help. That's it. I mean, yeah, that's it. I mean, look, if you sign a 1-year deal for Marcus Epps at safety, get some depth behind it, sign Dean, or, you know what I mean? If you couldn't resign Blankenship, you sign Marcus Epps to a 1-year deal because he played really well. Sign Dean to a long term, hopefully not that much money. Yeah, I mean, you're really down to edge rusher and CB2, and that's really it. I mean, you're pretty much I want to feel satisfied going into the draft. I want to feel satisfied. I don't want to feel like, holy shit, we have like 3 fucking holes the Eagles did not within the month of March, and the Eagles just don't do anything to a position. Okay? Like, they didn't go after another cornerback. They were like, you know what? Let Ringo fucking start. And let's just go sign a Dory Jackson. And then there was this stupid competition during camp where it literally went nowhere. Both guys looked like shit, as expected. We all knew that. Rodgers, I don't even think really had a great season. I mean, he had a couple good games, but I don't think he was some great cornerback this year either. And Slay didn't look great either. It's unfortunate. I don't know what's going on with Slay if he's gonna. I mean, is there a possibility that Slay can come back? Would they actually bring him back on a 1-year deal? I don't know. I mean, the Eagles have to get younger. I mean, they can't just band-aid every fucking position. They're gonna band-aid some position. Whether Reed walks and they band-aid safety, or they sign a band-aid at CB2 again, but hopefully somebody that's a little bit better. We'll see. Danielson says, speaking of Tanner, do you think that game against the Redskins diminished his trade value? I think fans hyped him up way too fucking much. Even last year in 24, when he played a game, he played a half game and then he fucking played a full game. Okay. He looked like shit. Even against the Giants last year, he looked like shit. And I'm talking the Super Bowl year. He almost got picked off 3 times in that game. There were drop picks. Almost got picked off 3 times. So I understand that he wasn't playing with the starters, and I get all of that. But he really didn't look good. I mean, he just didn't look good at all. So I don't know. I feel like you could still get a mid-round pick for him. I feel like there could be a team out there that could be interested in maybe giving up a 4th rounder. Maybe, So does it hurt his value? I mean, sure. I mean, some teams just don't care. Some teams just say, hey, he's got the talent when he's with starters, and I get all of that. But Lewis says both corners from Tennessee, McCoy and Hood, are studs. Yeah, I gotta look some guys up. Drew McCoy would be a sick pick in the first if he falls. See here. I still think Tanner's trade value is maintained as he was playing with 2nd and 3rd stringers. Yeah, it might be. Some teams might see that. And I get it. You don't have the talent on the field. I completely get it. I don't think it's fair because he didn't have AJ, only had Smith to throw besides Dots until he got. Yeah, and because guys either couldn't get open, your offensive line struggled. I mean, you have backup offensive linemen playing as well, or whatever. And obviously the protection has been a big fucking problem. So Christopher Michael says we're not going to get a premium pick for Tanner, maybe a 4th or a 5th. Well, no, I mean a 4th or a 5th I think is great. I mean, I think a 4th round pick would be awesome. I think that would be great. The more mid-round picks the Eagles have, the more ammo they have. So, Nate said, I didn't say anything about Pellegrino, but I really, really like this move. I don't know. It feels right. Well, yeah, I mean, he's got a lot of experience. The new nickel corner coach. Yeah, the new DB coach. He's great. I mean, he was with the Patriots for 10 years. He's been a cornerback coach for a long time. He was actually I think he was the main coach, the main reason why JC Jackson played so well at the time with the Patriots when he was defensive player of the year. So I think Pellegrino, this was definitely a Fangio fucking hire. 100%. So he was with the Bills and was with the Patriots the last 10 years. So I mean, he's very experienced, so I think we're good. I think we're good with him. So I like the signing. Let's see. Dwad Jones says, yeah, Clint Hurt probably next Eagles DC. He didn't take the DC job in Miami. I don't know if that's going to be the case. I mean, even when Clint Hurt was the DC with Seattle, he didn't do well. I honestly don't know. I mean, this is more of a next year, the 27 offseason type thing. You know what I mean? I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, I'm hoping the Eagles can win another championship this year, and then it will make Fangio stay. If I'm the Eagles right now, I'm calling Jim Schwartz or keeping him in the loop throughout the year if some things happen. As much as I don't want to hire Jim Schwartz because he's completely going to change the scheme, and it's just going to, the Eagles will have to change everything, and it just sucks. Players that were meant for Fangio's scheme might not play well that's what's going to suck. We're going to have to find another fucking coordinator. It just sucks. I mean, it's nice that we've had Fangio the last couple years. It's great. We have him for another year. And this offense has just got to push just a little bit harder to do some other things. He's got to push a little bit harder. That's all I really asked for him to stay for another year. And that would be great. That would be awesome. I would have no issue with that at all. You know, KK said, make sure you check out Charles Demings, cornerback from SF Austin, and Devin Moore from Florida, cornerback. Both could be great late round picks that could possibly start. Great. No, you can't bank on the draft for everything. I mean, the draft is a crapshoot. He says, agree, you can't fix your team with the draft. You might get lucky, but you can't bank on that. No. Like, they have to, like, if they're, look, let me tell you something. If it's true, if they actually could free up $9 to $10 million of Michael Carter and they could restructure, they could extend the contract for Hurts, put some voided years on the back end where it doesn't really affect them, and free up another $20 million. I mean, if the Eagles can have over $50 million in cap space, I mean, that's pretty fucking good. I mean, that's very, very good to have. You know? Sorry, my girlfriend just texted me quick. Ron says Ringo, Jackson, Nolan, and Sydney all got to go. I'm hoping they bring in some competition. They might find some more competition, so we'll see how it goes. No, he's gone. He's retired, I guess. Retired, I guess. Nate says no need to get rid of Tanner. That's just moving pieces to move a piece. It's moving a piece. Well, it really depends on Sean Mannion. Like I said, like Sean Mannion has had almost full control out of every hire when it comes to the key positions offensively to the staff. How much is he going to have say? And I know that Howie Roseman has to say. I get it. How much is he going to have say in? And because they want to put a lot into, Jeffrey Lurie obviously wants a coach to come in here and kind of invent himself. I mean, the glaze for Sean Mannion around the league has been pretty fucking real. I don't think they're just saying nice things to say it. I think he's been highly respected that if this guy gets his chance in a couple years, if he does well with the Eagles, bye-bye Nick Sirianni. Sean Mannion becomes your next Philadelphia Eagles head coach. And on top of everything else, your play calling is in-house. And that's, what we kind of been waiting for. Yeah, I'm not sure. Daniel Sand says, I think we have the rights to Alexander. I could be wrong. Yeah, I'm not sure. Jimmy Jones said, if Howie could swallow his pride and give CJ another chance, I think we would have went to the bowl this year. Philly don't like loudmouths. That's why no Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. I couldn't tell you that because I don't know the situation. I don't really know what happened behind the scenes. I mean, the Eagles have dealt with him already, for a couple years. You know what I mean? Like the Eagles have already I don't get why. I mean, something else must have happened. I mean, he goes to the Texans and then they drop him. They got rid of him for a reason, and then he goes to the Bears and he's fine. Like there's just something off about it. If he gets kicked off another team, then there's something wrong. Like something's going on that we don't know how it's going, but I don't know. It's the neighbor's wife. Yeah, you're a funny guy. Yeah, so Jalenites will be mad, but I just want to take a peek at what. Parter flies at Devontae Smith, 1,800 yards, 10 touchdown season loading. Phew, that'd be great. That'd be awesome. Well, if AJ Brown is here, that's probably not going to happen. But you never know. I thought obviously Devontae Smith was. I thought it was more of his year last year, obviously, than AJ Brown. But Watch out. The NFL will expose you in time. Nick style scheme has caught up to him. Mr. Can't adjust in game. Mr. Sitting on leads and fucking playing conservative in the second half. Yeah. Mr. I could sit on a 3-point lead in the fucking playoffs. I could sit on a 15-point lead. I could sit on a fucking 21-point lead and be perfectly fine with it. Maybe DeJohn says he can't shut up. Locker room cancer, but but hell of a player. Guy's got talent for sure. He does. He does, man. He's a leader. He's just a fucking. He's just. You gotta have like all that talent on that defense. You gotta have some crazy there too. Like you gotta have some fucking crazy. You know what I mean? Like you gotta have that guy that's just off. And he's off mentally when he's in the game. He's fucking off. That's great. You know, Mr. No Change. Parr says, bro, Devontae Smith. Tanner with the first team. Yeah, you're right. Butterfly said, bro, Devontae Smith was on a pace for 1,300 yards, 6 touchdowns until the whole AJ thing. Then this production went down. Yeah, everything went down. Couldn't run the fucking ball. Finding out that the Eagles took over the run game concepts from Jeff Stout, and Stout was just like, you know what? Take your fucking title, shove it up your ass. I don't care anymore. You know? He says the media fuels a lot of that, just like with AJ. You open your mouth, say one thing, and suddenly you're unhappy. Yeah, I get it. He's a crash out for sure. He is. Here says Tanner needs more playing time. I think this new offense will be good for him. His style of football. Yeah, potentially. Mr. Climb under the bus for me, will you? Climb under the bus for me. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of it's just this off season's a lot of mystery and it's a lot of change. Like, I mean, I expected a new coordinator and that's it. I didn't expect this much change. I didn't expect the coordinator to have that much power into hiring his own QB. I mean, I'm glad. I mean, the one thing we wanted was Nick to have. I mean, even though Nick was leading the charge for the OC hire, I mean, it was just yeah. These other fucking coaches like Brian Daboll and I mean these other coaches that had opportunities to come here, it's a pit stop. I mean, it's all it is. These coaches want to go to other teams and build from the bottom up. It's better for their resume. They come here for 1 year, boom, they win the Super Bowl and that's it. You know what I mean? There's really they don't really get credentials for that. They'd rather have job security for a few years. They want the job security and they want to take a shitty team and to build it up. I mean, that's what they want. You know, that's why, Mike McDaniel, he wants to wear his capris and his flip-flops in the warm weather, whether he's down south or on the West Coast or whatever. He could go fuck himself. And, Brian Daboll, it is what it is. Why even interview with the Philadelphia? I just wasted it. Why even waste your time? Oh yeah, I'm going to interview with you, but you know what? I already have. If I don't get a head coaching job, I'm going to be the coordinator under Robert Saleh in Tennessee. It's then why the fuck even come? Why even have the interview? What's the fucking point? What is the point? Just weird. Nate says, do the Scotland thing is still the craziest. I swear they promised us with Fangio leaving just to drop that bomb. Yeah, I mean, fuck, man. Fangio retirement scare, and then Stallin's just fucking gone. And then all the news comes out what happened during the season with Stalin and why. I mean, he's the run game coordinator. What the fuck happened last year? Oh yeah. Oh, okay. So Nick and Patullo just took his job away without telling him they took his job away. I don't know. Well, it's true. I mean, obviously, it was the Chargers' job. He almost had the fucking Tampa Bay job. That fucking guy just wanted to sip on. I mean, he'll coach from a beach chair with a Corona. I mean, that sounds pretty fucking good right now. But a pink Corvette, Capri's in Philly is diabolical. He don't want to be in cold weather. He wants a comfy little fucking job in warm weather. That's what he wants. So after hearing all that shit, I was kind of like, yeah, like whatever. I don't care. Well, Joe says, when the Eagles fired Doug P, I knew Howie and Jeffrey will flip on you. A second player coach, I'm cool with it. Keep firing to win. The Browns, Cowboys, Miami, yeah, teams like them. Yeah, and you know, Doug, 3 years after a Super Bowl, Doug Peterson was fired. Okay. And, that meeting with Jeffrey Lurie before the 21 season, he was just like, this is my plan. I want to have Press Taylor as my OC. I want to have Matt Rule as my defensive coordinator. The Eagles front office, Jeffrey Lurie, ownership, all of that, they wanted to hire outside the organization. They wanted new blood in the building. And Doug was like, nah. And guess what? Doug becomes the Jaguars head coach, brings Press Taylor as his OC, and has one of the worst seasons for the Jaguars, and it doesn't pan out. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Like, you got to hire, like, the problem is when it's way too friendly, when you have too many, you got to have a relationship, but you have to have the business side too. Like, you got to have a head coach and a coordinator that bump heads once in a while. And that's not a bad thing, because the coordinator might say, hey, I want to take this job, but I want to have control of this offense. And a lot of these fucking coordinators that were coming here were like, there was a lot of questions regarding that. Why isn't Brian Johnson getting an OC job? But you know what I mean? Why did Patul not get an OC job since he was the fucking OC? And, we still made the playoffs, so he should get some interviews, right? This is the reason why. That head coach is a fucking poison. He's a poison. Simple as that. He's a culture setter. He's he could talk with his mouth, but he just can't back it up, unfortunately, with his play. The guy can't call an offense. So we're praying to fucking God that Mannion is going to be the head coach in a couple of years. Because I'm telling you right now, like, Mannion brings us to a couple more playoff games, or like at least winning a Super Bowl and another playoff game loss or something like that. Like, there is no fucking way I'm going back to square one and getting another and looking for another OC. And this head coach is just sitting here making a salary, not doing shit, riding the coattails off of all this fucking talent that Howie Roseman puts together, and on top of an offensive coordinator. I mean, just ridiculous, dude. Fucking ridiculous. Nate, I have a feeling that wouldn't have worked, but I also have a feeling that it's Julia's Analytics company that Doug was fighting against, and that's how we got Nick in the first place. Yeah, potentially. There's always been the rumor of the analytics and whatever's going on in the analytics department, and if they're using that, whatever. And I have a feeling they were using it this year too, because there was a picture of the auditorium or whatever, the meeting room that all the players were sitting in watching Nick, and there was something on the projector screen that said, like, probability percentage if we do this, probability percentage if we do that. Like, there was a lot of weird shit going on. Like, I don't like that. I don't like playing by the analytics, and I like doing things. I like doing things in a quote saying, like, make it make sense on a specific down, on specific downage and where you are on the field. You know what I mean? The Bills game. You're in a fucking monsoon. You throw it 3 fucking times. End of the year. I think they were I forgot what game it was. I'm trying to fucking remember what game it was at the end of the year where they were like on the other team side of the field. It was like 2nd and 1, and they fucking passed it 3 fucking times. 2nd and 1, 3rd and 1, and they went for it on like 4th and 1, and they didn't run the ball once. I mean, just like I just don't fucking get it. I don't get it. Just I don't know. MT Shark says, "Hey Joey, I'm late. Sounds like Nikki is on the hot seat." Yo, let me tell you, this is the third inexperienced fucking coordinator that you've hired. And I'm telling you, the only difference to this hiring is that he is not He is fucking. I mean, no. I mean, was Brian Johnson with us in 22 or no? No, he was. He was. So no, it was no. He was with us in 20. He was the quarterback coach in 22, and then became the coordinator in 23. This is the only hire that's pretty much new blood, new fucking blood. Jimmy Jones says Nick is a motivational speaker, not a coach. 0% play calling skill, but a hype man for sure. But once he starts losing, he has no idea what. Yeah, and you could see it every single week. You could see it every single week. Does the same shit every week. I don't like hearing it. I don't like hearing Nick Sirianni any press conference he does. The only time I'll hear like I will listen to him every time before the regular season. But once that regular season hits, like if they lose a fucking game, or I mean, let me tell you something. If shit starts to spiral this year, and let me cut the cancer out before. Do not let us wait. Don't Jeffrey Lurie and Howie Roseman better not be like, let's let him fucking bury himself. No, I don't want to watch us bury our fucking season again and have to watch this thing go down and spiraling again. I don't want to see. I don't want to waste it again. You know, the Eagles are like 2-5, or it starts to get really fucking bad. Like they gotta fucking get rid of him. They got to get rid of him. And Sean Mann takes over as interim head coach and hopefully does well. But don't fire him too fucking late. Nate says, you got any ideas on the offensive line repair kit? How do we get ourselves out of this mess without Stalin? I mean, he's got to trust the process in this new offensive line coach. I mean, I don't know what this guy's going to bring to the table. You know what I mean? We need to see like the Dickerson situation. Lane is back, but you have a right tackle of the future problem, and you may have a problem at right guard. Mekhi Becton could potentially come back. We didn't talk about it this stream, but he could come back. Yeah, I mean, it's just Dickerson. And then we got to see like, you know, like, I don't know, like there was, whether it was injuries and with no effort combined. I mean, with Cam Jurgens and just the line in general, man, just we've never had to worry about it until this year. But you know, I don't know. I gotta see the Dickerson situation is like the number one news I need to hear. Like, is he playing this year? Is he not? Is he hurt? He just made a fucking he was just on TikTok running around his fucking house. So we're acting like he's walking with a cane right now. You know, but when that news comes out that potentially he could retire, I mean, that's not a good sign. Not a good sign at all. So I'd be down for Becton to come back. Steen ain't it. I'm not really a big fan of Tyler Steen. I'm not. I never have been. I'm very like 50-50 with him. Like I can't tell if he's good or he's progressively getting worse, or he's just like sometimes he's good, sometimes he's bad. But you know, we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. But we got 122 in the chat. I'm probably gonna get off. I'm gonna go chill out the rest of the night, and I'll have a video out sometime tomorrow on Sunday. I don't know when, but sometime. Everybody enjoy the rest of your Valentine's Day. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the stream if you guys have it. Covering more Eagles content. You know, I mean, we got so much to do the next couple months, so it's going to get kind of crazy. Any other news, I'll update you on. Obviously, YouTube community posts, things like that. So always check that. And you know, we'll get back to what we're good at doing. So we'll see what happens. Free agency's going to be busy, and then we have, you know, it's going to allude to a lot of things of what the Eagles are going to do for the draft. So it's going to be pretty exciting. So, all right. Other than that, I'll see you guys on the next one. Shakes what up, fly fly. Appreciate the super chats, the likes, all the support as usual. And yeah, peace out, guys. Peace.